What's going on? It's your man, Dr. Will, and you guys know the deal. Let me know what city, what state, what country you are chiming in from. Even if you're watching this on the replay, let me know what city, what state, what country you are chiming in from. I'm here in the beautiful city of Phoenix, Arizona, where God vacations. So wherever you are in the world, let me know what city, what state, what country you are chiming in from. Listen, if you are a speaker, an author, or a consultant, this is for you. If you know a speaker, author, or consultant, you need to tag them in this video. The information I'm getting ready to share with you is going to be transformational. I'm super excited. So as you guys are coming in, let me know what city, what state, what country you are chiming in from. I don't know when you're going to be watching this if you're not watching it live, but today in the United States, it's Veterans Day. So to all of our veterans out there, all of those that are currently serving and who have served in our military, I thank you. I commend you. I walked that path, so I know what it means to sacrifice for your country, to be away from your families for extended periods of time. So I honor you. We salute you today on Veterans Day. Now, guys, let me tell you, I am super excited because I'm announcing today that live events are back. Live events are back, and I have a brand new program, a brand new live event. I haven't done live events in 3 years. I haven't done a live event in 3 years because of the pandemic, because of COVID. We haven't done live events in so long. And for some of you, you may not remember at the beginning of 2020, before the pandemic even started, I announced my retirement from public speaking. I retired from public speaking and I literally moved to St. Martin. I moved out the country. I moved out of the United States and moved to St. Martin. And then the pandemic broke out. And it gave me a lot of reflection time. I think at that moment back in 2020, thank you, Tamika. Happy Veterans Day to you as well. I think at that time, I was just really burnt out. I was doing a lot of traveling. I was doing a lot of speaking. And I really didn't know my next move. And so I thought I was done with public speaking. To be honest with you, I thought I was done. I was going to figure out what I wanted to do next. And so I moved to St. Martin, but then when the pandemic hit, I had a lot of time to reflect. Like literally every single day, I would go to the beach and I would just walk on the beach. I would go to a little coffee shop, write in my journal, and just jot down some thoughts. And while I was there in St. Martin, thank you, Lady Johnson. While I was there in St. Martin, it came to me what my next phase was going to be, what I was going to do for my next phase. And it was twofold. It was two parts. One part was to start a brand new consultant company where we were going to tackle some of the diversity, equity, and inclusion problems that were going on, not only in America, but literally around the world. And then the second was I really wanted to pour back into the speaking industry. The speaking industry has done so much for me, done so much for my family. It's helped us create a lifestyle that we could only dream of. Literally, I was able to retire before the age of 50. And I could have stayed in retirement based upon the things that I've done, based upon the investments that I had made from being one of the top speakers in America. And so I wanted to come back and pour into speakers. And so you guys know we have Genius Speakers Academy where you can get certified, where you can become a certified genius speaker. And we teach you the business of the speaking industry. But this training here, master the mic. I've never done a training like this where I break down for speakers how to create a $1 million keynote, I remember years ago when I was starting out, I had an opportunity to invest some time with who is known as the #1 motivational speaker in the world, one of the GOATs, Les Brown. And I was talking with Les. As a matter of fact, I was just on the phone with Les. What's today? Today is Friday. Literally, I was just on the phone with Les on Wednesday morning, and we were talking about the state of the speaking industry and some things that we want to do together. And I'm just so honored that at this stage of my career, I get to work with the greats like Les Brown and so many others. And but early on in my speaking career, I had an opportunity to meet Les Brown and invest some time with him. And I said, Les, if you could give a young speaker one magic recipe to having longevity in this speaking industry, what would it be? And Les said, Will, you gotta know your story. You gotta know your story. You gotta know your story. You gotta go all in on the Dr. Will story. You got to go all in on the Dr. Will story. What is that story going to be? You got to hone in on that story. And that advice was so vital to me back then. And it's been so transformational because once I left Les, I went in and I honed in on my story. And so now my story has literally taken me all around the world, all around the United States. I've had the pleasure of speaking in 60 different countries. I've had the pleasure of living in 5 different countries, and I've been to 42 of the 50 states. I'm looking to get to the other 8 real soon so I can get all 50 states under my belt. But having a $1 million keynote is what has done it for me. And this is what I'm going to be teaching at Master the Mic. Master the Mic. So I'm going to be giving you the components, right? The components of putting together a $1 million keynote. A keynote that you can literally build your whole brand around. So for those that have been following me for some time, you know I'm deep into, the speaking industry. I've been named one of the top 30 speakers in America here recently. I was named one of the top 100 CEOs here in Arizona. So I say that not to brag, but I say that just to, give some credit to what I'm telling you. I know a little bit about building a business. I know a little bit about being successful, and I want to share it with you. And so when you come to the training, it's a 3-day training. I show up and I come on Facebook and I come on YouTube and I share with you snippets, guys, just little snippets that will, help you. But this 3-day training, this is going to be an immersion in the speaking business. You're going to be able to leave with a speaker business in the box. Literally, I'm going to show you frame by frame, build by build, what I did to build my brand, my business, and my bank account. So, I've been blessed to write this best-selling book for speakers, How to Build a Thriving Speaker Business. We're going to talk about the principles in this book. My other best-selling book for speakers, Paid to Share Your Message. We're going to talk about that. And then my third best-selling book for speakers, Dominate Your Backyard. Dominate Your Backyard. We're going to get into the philosophies behind that book. I'm going to teach you the $1 million bankable brand. The $1 million bankable brand, how to build a $1 million brand where other brands want to connect with you, where other organizations and companies want to partner with you. We're going to break it all down. Like, I can't give it to you all on a live. I can't give it to you in little snippets. This 3 days is going to be transformational. It's going to be transformational. And then what we call our speaker Bible, right? I'm going to share with you some key principles out of our speaker Bible, the 10 M speaker success formula, the 10 M's that I use to build my speaking business. And so this is going down January the 11th through the 13th. Now, here's the thing. Because we're working on your keynote, you're going to actually build your keynote in these 3 days. And because of that, it's going to take a lot of one-on-one time with each of you during these 3 days. So we're only taking 20 people. We're only taking 20 people. I'm only one person, so I can only work with 20 people because I want to make sure that each of you get the attention to your keynote that you need to take it to the next level. You're also going to be able to work on your keynote, get feedback for your keynote with the other speakers and myself. So this is going to be a 3-day, listen, we're not coming for vacation. We're not coming to play around. We're coming for 3 days. If you're serious about 2023 being your best year and moving forward, really building a serious brand in this speaking industry, then you want to make sure that you join us January 11th through the 13th right here in Phoenix, Arizona, in God's backyard. I'm telling you, it's going to be off the hook. I'm going to show you how to write your book, how to write an effective book, how to write your signature book that goes along with your keynote that you're going to create all of your curriculum around. I just said a word right there. That's one of the secrets to building $1 million speaker business. And I'm going to share that with you when you come out here to Phoenix. But you guys know I've written over 50 books. How have I written over 50 books? It's a system. You know, I was in the military. And one of the things that I learned from the military that I use in every area of my life is systems and strategies. So I remember, I'll share this story with you and I'll let you go. I remember when I joined the military, one of the most fascinating things for me was that the military was able, when I went to boot camp, they were able to take individuals that came from all areas of life, all different backgrounds from all around the United States and even some parts of the world. We were all here in this barracks and they took us, and in a little bit of time, no matter where I joined the military straight from coming out of jail, straight from being a gangbanger, and they were able to transform me into a soldier. And the way they did it was they had curriculum and they had structure, right? In the 60 days that I was there, they used curriculum. We would have to have study time and we would have field time. For those of you that's been in the military, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And it always fascinated me how we transformed from this ragtag bunch of individuals to being soldiers. And I remember the day that I graduated from basic training. My heart was filled with so much pride. I remember my mom came to Fort Knox, Kentucky, and I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait for her to see who her son had transformed into. And I mean, I was so military regiment by that time. I got indoctrinated so much. You know, they have this thing in the military where you're not supposed to display physical affection. You're not supposed to hug when you're in your uniform. So I remember even seeing my mom for the first time. She wanted to hug me, and I was like, "No, Mom, I'm in my uniform. We can't do that. We can't hug." And my drill sergeant had to say, "Hey, Moreland, it's okay. It's graduation. You can hug your mom in your uniform." At that moment, I was a soldier. Well, that's what's going to happen in this 3-day training. You're going to be transformed into a global speaker. A global speaker. The same confidence that the military has in taking individuals from all different walks of life and being able to transform them into soldiers and leaders. That's the same confidence that I have about this program, Master the Mic. In this program, once again, I'm going to teach you step by step what it takes. For those of you who know my story, you know I started out virtually unknown. Nobody knew Dr. Will. No one knew about Dr. Will Speaks, my speaking brand. And within less than a decade, I become one of the top speakers in America. I've been awarded so many different awards in this speaking industry. Next year, I'll be awarded one of the highest honors in the speaking industry. And I'm super excited to share what I've learned over the years with you, because this is what I really want you to do. So many speakers, I'll just be transparent and honest with you. So many speakers struggle, and they struggle because they're trying to do it by themselves. They're trying to rewrite the wheel, and you don't have to do that, guys. One of the major things the military showed me was when you want to excel, you find a mentor, you find a coach, you find somebody that's where you want to be. And I've been using this all throughout my life. Even when I didn't know this principle, I was using this principle. And this may sound a little bit weird, but when I was a gangbanger, I looked up to what we would call the OGs, the people who had prominence in gangbanging. And I said, I'm modeling myself after them. They're known in the streets. They have a reputation. They have a brand. I said, I'm going to model myself off of what we would call the big homie, right? The big homie. I didn't model myself by the other brand new gangbangers. And then when I got into the military, I did the same thing. I didn't hang out with the privates. I don't want to be a private. I'm hanging out with the sergeants. Man, what are the staff sergeants doing? What are the sergeant first classes doing? And I began to get these models. When I became a pastor, I wanted to be successful. So I connected with the TD Jakes, the Creflo Dollars, Dr. Prices, and I went to their conferences because I wanted to learn from the best. I didn't want to learn from other struggling pastors. I didn't even hang out with them. I want to go learn from the best. So I connected with the Bishop Holcombs. I wanted to know the strategies and the systems that made them successful. When I became a speaker, I got with the Les Browns. I got with all the Lisa Nichols, all the individuals that were crushing it in the game, because I didn't want to be a struggling speaker. And so now I want to come back and pour this into you. So here's the deal, guys. If you're ready for this, go to masterthemiclive.com. Masterthemiclive.com. Somebody type that in the chat for me. Masterthemiclive.com. Masterthemic, live.com. And be one of the 20 people that's going to join me in January if you want to take your speaking business to the next level. And this is not, let me tell you, anybody who works with me, they know I'm not for the fluff. I'm not for the rah, rah, rah. We're going to be in here 3 days. 3 days, you're going to be in a room, locked in a room with me and with 19 other speakers that are serious about being the best of the best. I'm at a stage now where my success is not in my success. My success and my significance is in helping other people. It's help. I'm good. Like, I don't have to do this. I'm good. Right here, I'm going to teach you how to lock in and how to sign 100K contracts. The statistic for speakers, the average speaker earns somewhere between $20,000 and $30,000 a year. That's the average speaker. If you want to be exceptional, you need to lock into this training, Master the Mic Live. I sign $100,000 contracts when I go and speak. And I'm going to teach you how to do this. I'm going to teach you how to build your $1 million bankable brand. I'm going to teach you how to build your brand where when someone hires me, they're investing in my brand. They're investing in the value that I bring. And I'm going to show you how to recognize your value, how to monetize your value, how to set up a real thriving business. You're going to learn how to build a thriving speaker business. And so Master the Mic, January 11th through the 13th, we're doing it quarter number 1 because we want you running. We want you running for the new year in 2023. Listen, we're in a $190 billion industry, $190 billion industry, and I want you to tap into it. I want you to get your part of it. There's enough literally for all of us. There's enough. And so me teaching you these principles is not going to stop me from eating. And the other 19 people in the room with you, it's not literally each and every one of you that apply what I teach you and the systems and the strategies and the solutions that I teach you. If you apply them and implement them into your business, I call it the Betty Crocker. I call it the Betty Crocker. Betty Crocker says, listen, you don't have to go to Cordon Bleu. You don't have to go to Cordon Bleu and get a chef's certificate. If you want this cake, this is what you need to do. You need 2 eggs, a stick of butter, a cup of milk, preheat the oven to 350, grease the pan, mix up the batter, put the batter, it's going to be a little lumpy, put it in the pan, put it in that oven and let it do its thing. And that picture that you see on the box, you'll get that result. You don't have to go to Cordon Bleu. Betty Crocker is so confident in that recipe that recipe is put on boxes. And literally every time I travel, I go into stores because I want to see, let me see if they got a different recipe in Mexico. Let me see if they got a different recipe in India. Let me see if they got a different recipe in Ghana. And every time I go, it's the same recipe, guys. There's a blueprint to being successful. Success leaves clues. Somebody type that. Success leaves clues. January 11th through the 13th, I'm going to be dropping clues, guys. I'm going to be dropping clues. So I want you to join me January 11th through the 13th here in beautiful Arizona, where I call God's backyard. January, it's going to be cold all around the rest of the nation. Here, we're still going to be enjoying beautiful, beautiful weather. So come out here and join me. I would love to have you out here in our beautiful city. And we're going to get down to business. We're going to get down to business. So if you're on my page right now, there's an advert for Master the Mic on my page. Go look at that advert. Go to the web page. Get enrolled. Don't delay. Don't think about this. Don't second guess yourself. Don't look at, and let me share this with you. This is how many of us miss out. We look at what something costs to determine if we should do it versus looking at what it's going to cost me if I don't do it. Let me say that again. Many of us look at things from the perspective of what it costs versus what will it cost me if I don't do it? What will it cost me if I don't do it? When we show you our systems, and here's the thing, legally, listen, legally, I can't make you a promise. I can't make you a guarantee. I can't do that legally. But this is what I do know. I have a whole academy of students that can testify that when you follow these principles and you follow these systems that I lay out for them, that they have success. We have a speaker inside of our academy. He's 12 years old. He's earning $10K a month at 12 years old. He's earning. And the only reason why he's not earning more is because school is getting in the way. Like literally school is getting in the way. He has to go to school, but he's earning 10K or more a month. This is a 12-year-old kid that's a part of our academy. I have an academy, a student that is in their 70s that's crushing it, that every week they report in, man, I just signed another contract, Why? It doesn't matter how old you are, where you are in the game. When you got the right tools, when you got the right combination to open up the lock, it doesn't matter who has the combination. If you have the combination, you can open up the lock. It doesn't matter. And so if you have the combination, which I'm going to give you to open up the door to speaking success, then you'll have success in your business. So masterthemiclive.com. Those 20 slots are going to go by so fast. Don't miss out. Don't second guess yourself. Don't second guess yourself out of an opportunity to better yourself and better your business. How much are you leaving on the table? Let me just share this with you. I tell all of our Academy of students, at the minimum, you should earn $100K a year as a speaker. I just told you earlier that most speakers earn somewhere between $20,000 and $30,000. I tell all of our Academy students, you should at the minimum earn $100K a year. So possibly now you're leaving just at the bare minimum, you're leaving $70,000. So don't look at what it costs, look at what it's costing you. If you make this small investment in yourself, what doors will be open to you? What doors? There's $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 contracts right in your backyard, right where you live. If you learn how to dominate the backyard, 10 tips to becoming a booked and paid speaker in your own city. I'm going to teach you that. I'm going to teach you that, how to be booked and paid in your own city, how to be the cream of the crop in your own city. And so just think about that. If literally once a month you could get a 5K gig once a month in your city times 12, that's 60,000 right there. You're doing better than 90% of speakers in this industry. That's off of one keynote a month. That's one keynote a month. 5K, you could be earning 60K, have the rest of your time. Based upon your lifestyle, 5K may be enough for you. You do 2 of those, that's 10K. 10K may be enough for you to live the type of life that you want to live. So guys, Master the Mic Live, my first live event. You know I'm coming guns blazing. This is my first live event in 3 years. You know I got so much stuff built up into me. I don't know what's going to happen in that room, but I do know it's going to be something good. All right, guys, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a fantastic day. Once again, to all my veterans, I salute you. Thank you for your service. I'll talk to you guys later.